Look at all that stuff that came out of there. As you guys can see, I try to switch out the boiler drain. See why I tell you guys it's constricted compared to the full port? That only went down even less than 3/8. That's probably a 1/4 inch opening there. Hey, how you doing? We're here with Rite Way. Came to a customer's home. She got word of our online special we're doing on water heater flushes. She's never had her water heater flushed, so we're gonna go ahead and inspect her water heater and get something flushed and see what we can do. So first thing we have to do is when we get into the customer's home is inspect the area, make sure it's got louvers, anything depending on what kind of water heater it has. If it's gas, you definitely want to have a venting way of form for gases to get out, air to circulate in there. We like to inspect the area. Definitely right away we can see some stuff that's not going on right here. We don't want to see a bunch of debris down below. There is some warning signs on some water heaters that'll tell you to keep this certain area free of debris. As you can see, this customer definitely hasn't had a water flush or a water heater flush in a while. You can see that the vent's not set correctly. Has been remodeled. You can see they've done a pipe. They have some new pipes in there. Definitely did a DIY project. Did a good job. But we do see a couple things that we can improve, and we'll definitely let the customer know on a couple of these. We're here to do a power flush. We're gonna inspect the anode rod. We're gonna do a whole flush, see what kind of debris comes out. We like to set a towel at the end of our hose, just to see what, we can capture some of that debris and show the customer. It will probably end up changing a full port drain. You can see they have a plastic regular drain come there. We like to change that out and put a full port on there, 3/4 ball valve with a boiler drain. The issue of having this is that it's a plastic valve modem. They look like they're full port. They have a full size hose connection there, but if you look inside, what you can on this one, because it's kind of blocked, they shrink down inside. So you might be full 3/4 here, 5/8, but down inside you go back down to maybe 3/8 or 1/2 inch, maybe a little smaller. And it's hard for some of that debris that builds up in time, especially if you've never had it flushed or any kind of filtration to protect your actual water heater. Could be something in there that's not going to come out on just a small little 3/8 hole compared to what we put in, and we do a full port, 3-port valve. As you can see, that's pretty much bigger than a 3/8 hole. Normally, if calcium is going to come out, that hopefully will pull out big pieces. We got the hose hooked up here to the drain port, to the boiler drain. We're going to extend it out. And we're also going to set up a towel here at the end to see, that way we can show the customer in case we get some kind of calcium coming out the end. We can kind of collect a little bit, and that way they can see what's coming out of their water heater, especially if they haven't had it flushed in a few years or so. Good thing to show them. So we got the hose hooked up. We're going to open up the drain here. We're going to open this slowly. Get some water running out of there. You can see there's probably already calcium. You can tell there's big pieces of calcium trying to come out. The importance of actually flushing your water heater regularly, I would do it every 6 months to a year, depending if you don't have any filtration, definitely every 6 months, to get all the debris out of there. So especially if you got an electronic one, you have two elements. The element on the bottom is always trying to turn on, so calcium likes to collect the heat, so if that's always going on, it's going to collect to that. You have more chances of that element burning out. The bottom one does work. This one's a gas one, so you have the burner on the bottom, and then you also have a thermostat port on the bottom of this, like a little tube that goes in, that collects calcium. When those goes bad, then your gas valve goes bad. Calcium likes to it. This home did used to have a softener. They're in the means of repairing it. Definitely great to have filtration, something that'll protect your water heater from chlorine buildup, calcium, something that would definitely damage the interior part. As you can see, this customer does have a lot of buildup in there. You can see some of the calcium, some of the rust inside there. Water was kind of brown at first, rusty, but it's getting cleared up a little bit. Okay, so now what we're doing is I had extended the hose, opened up the boiler drain. We let it flush with regular pressure from the home. Now we shut off the cold side, which is the supply to the water heater. And what I like to do, and some techs do it as well, other companies will ask you to open up a hot side inside your home, is I like to open the hot side and just let it breathe so it breaks that vacuum and it lets it drain correctly. But if you don't like to, if you're not comfortable with this and you want to open it, definitely we'll ask you to open up the hot side in your home, and that'll also break the seal. Okay, so right now what I'm doing is I'm taking out the old plastic boiler drain and I'm gonna be inserting a full port. In case I do have to swap it out, just so you guys can see, that full port is a 3/4, and so is our ball valve. It's a boiler drain. It's got a full ball valve in there. When I take this one out, if I do have to swap it out, you might not be able to compare it, but I'll show you the inside of that one. It's probably gone down to about a 3/8 opening. And that's what's not letting some of the debris come out. And this is what we do include in our power flush. We will be changing this full port. If you guys have the plastic one or you have an old smaller one that usually looks like a hose bib, something like that, some drains have that as well. We will switch that out and put a full port on there as well. Look at all that stuff that came out of there. As you guys can see, I try to switch out the boiler drain. See where I tell you guys it's constricted compared to the full port? That only went down even less than 3/8. That's probably a 1/4 inch opening there. That's why a lot of this debris won't come out. You can see this just came out of the water heater. Sorry, so now that we changed the full port, the drain valve to a full port, you start seeing more debris, more chunks coming out. As you can see on the towel, when we changed it out and changed the ball valve, a lot of it did come out. So that's the advantages of having a water heater flush with Rite Way. Another unique feature of Rite Way's power flush is also we do a camera inspection of your water heater. What we do is we remove either one of the rods, hopefully the anode rod side, and go in there and we can inspect to see what's kind of going inside your water heater. As you can see there, we're in there now. We can't get all of the debris, but there still is some debris inside there. You can see that's kind of a watermark there. That's the old anode rod already eaten away. We're going to put in a new one. But on these, if it hasn't been flushed in over 5 years or so, you're going to have a lot of debris if you don't have any kind of filtration in there. So it's good to do a little bit of a couple power flushes that we do. We open the valve, as you can see, main of it try to come out there. We'll open the valve, try to stir some of that calcium around, and then close it up again and try to get as much as we can. We'll do that a couple times here at Rite Way. This rod is a sacrificial rod that goes in your water heater. It helps the water heater from any minerals or any kind of water damage that's trying to take care of your water heater. Usually it would eat away at the anode rod first before it starts eating at the interior of your water heater, prolonging the life of it as well. This we do recommend you change this at least 2 to 3 years on the anode rod. All right, we're finishing up our Rite Way's power flush. Well, you can see we got it all back together. We're going to do a little bit of cleaning around the area, make sure we get rid of some of the debris, some of the dust, some spider webs, whatever might be in the area. All right, we're about to conclude one of our power flushes. What we're going to do inside, we have the tank full now. We're about to go inside and purge some of the air out of the fixtures. Make sure we get no debris collection in the aerators and any of the water lines. And then we'll come back out and turn the burner back on. Just letting you know, I'm going to do a purge inside the air. Just make sure we have no more debris in your lines. I'll just be checking the aerators. So right now, that's all the air that's coming out of the water heater as we did the flush. What we did is we emptied up the vessel of the water heater, so now it's just pushing all the air out. And as you can see, this is some of the old debris that's coming out of there as well. And that's what ends up clogging your lines. So yeah, perfect. All right, we're finishing up a power flush here with Rite Way at our customer's home. If you have a water heater that hasn't been flushed or you're not aware of, please give us a call. We'll gladly be out there to help you and flush it out for you.